सो हेलो एवरीवन, तो कैसे हैं आप लोग। तो आज के इस लेक्चर में बेसिकली हम लोग डिस्कस करने वाले हैं डबल सॉल्ट एंड कोऑर्डिनेशन कॉम्प्लेक्स। उसके बाद हम लोग डिस्कस करेंगे वर्नर थियरी एंड क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ कॉम्प्लेक्सेस। तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं। सो डबल सॉल्ट एंड कोऑर्डिनेशन कॉम्प्लेक्स। ओके, अब ये डबल सॉल्ट एंड कोऑर्डिनेशन कॉम्प्लेक्स मतलब होता क्या है, सबसे पहले चलिए वो समझ लेते हैं। सो कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ टू और मोर स्टेबल कंपाउंड्स in stoichiometric ratio can give two types of substances, namely double salt and coordination complex. So ध्यान से समझिए क्या बोल रहे हैं वो लोग कि combination of two or more stable compound in stoichiometric ratio can give two types of substances. कौन कौन से मिलेंगे आपको? डबल सॉल्ट और कोऑर्डिनेशन कॉम्प्लेक्स मिलेगा। ओके, अब चलिए सबसे पहले समझ लेते हैं कि डबल सॉल्ट मतलब होता क्या है। सो अ डबल सॉल्ट डिसोसिएट्स इन वाटर कंप्लीटली इनटू सिंपल आयंस। ओके, ध्यान से समझिए इसको। डबल सॉल्ट क्या होता है? डबल सॉल्ट को अगर आप पानी में डालेंगे तो ये कंप्लीटली डिसोसिएट होगा और डिसोसिएशन के बाद आपको आयंस देगा। लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल, जैसे कि आप देख सकते हैं स्क्रीन पे मैंने कुछ एग्जांपल लिखे हैं। सो यहाँ पर देखिए, सो जैसे कि आप देख सकते हैं यहाँ पे मैंने मोर सॉल्ट का एग्जांपल लिया है। अब ये आपका मोर सॉल्ट दैट इज FeSO4 NH4 twice SO4.6H2O, इसको अगर आप वाटर में डालेंगे तो आफ्टर एडिशन ऑफ दिस सॉल्ट into water, what you will get basically, you will get this Fe2 plus ion. Okay, next you will get this ammonium ion that is NH4 plus, and then you will get SO4 2 minus that is sulfate ion. अब ध्यान से समझिए क्या हो रहा है यहाँ पे जो आपका सॉल्ट है, ये जो आपका सॉल्ट है ये पूरा डिसोसिएट हो रहा है और पूरा डिसोसिएट होने के बाद आपको क्या मिल रहा है यहाँ पर? आपको मिल रहा है Fe2 प्लस आयन, NH4 प्लस आयन, SO4 2 माइनस आयन। ये डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ आयन्स आपको मिल रहे हैं। यहाँ पर आपको कोई भी कॉम्प्लेक्स स्पीशीज़ नहीं मिलता है। सेम वैसे ही आप देख सकते हैं यहाँ पर कर्नलाइट में भी मैंने जो लिया एग्जांपल, यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हैं KCl MgCl2 एंड 6H2O। ओके, अगर आप इस कंपाउंड को अगर वाटर में डालेंगे तो आपको क्या मिलेगा? आपको मिलेगा K प्लस, फिर आपको मिलेगा Cl माइनस और आपको मिलेगा Mg2 प्लस। और ये जो आपका Cl माइनस है ये आपको 3 टाइम्स मिलेगा और बाकी आपका जो Mg2 प्लस है वो मिलेगा। सो ध्यान से समझिए, आपने कर्नलाइट को डाला, इसमें आपको जो डिफरेंट आयंस प्रेजेंट थे वो आपको स्प्लिट होके डिसोसिएट होके मिल गए। मतलब क्या? ये जो आपका कर्नलाइट है इसमें KCl में पोटेशियम था तो आपको पोटेशियम मिल गया, यहाँ पर क्लोरीन था तो आपको क्लोरीन भी मिल गया, यहाँ पर मैग्नीशियम था तो आपको मैग्नीशियम भी मिल गया। ओके, नाउ नेक्स्ट, अभी कोऑर्डिनेशन कॉम्प्लेक्स क्या होता है? अब ये कोऑर्डिनेशन कॉम्प्लेक्स का डिफरेंस क्या है? सो कोऑर्डिनेशन कॉम्प्लेक्स में बेसिकली होता क्या है कि अगर आप सपोज K4FeCN6 का मैं एग्जांपल लेता हूँ, अगर आप K4FeCN6 को वाटर में डालते हो, अगर आप इसको वाटर में डालते हो तो आपको मिलेगा 4K प्लस 6Cn माइनस। ओके, ऐसा कुछ मिलेगा आपको 6Cn माइनस? नहीं, आपको ऐसा नहीं मिलेगा। क्यों? क्योंकि ये जो आपके कोऑर्डिनेशन कॉम्प्लेक्सेस है ये डिसोसिएट होता है इन द फॉर्म ऑफ कॉम्प्लेक्स आयंस। यानी आपको एक तो मिलेगा 4K प्लस जो कि आपका काउंटर आयन है, जो कि आपका प्राइमरी स्फीयर में बैठा है। कौन से स्फीयर में बैठा है? प्राइमरी स्फीयर में बैठा है या फिर प्राइमरी वैलेंसी सेटिस्फाई कर रहा है। लेकिन बाकी आपको दूसरा स्पीशीज़ क्या मिलेगा? FeCN6 और इसके ऊपर टोटल 4 माइनस का चार्ज होगा। ध्यान से समझिए, कितने का चार्ज होगा? 4 माइनस का चार्ज होगा। सो यहाँ पर आपको कॉम्प्लेक्स आयन मिल गया। ओके, यहाँ पर आपको अगर आप सोचोगे मुझे Fe2 प्लस या 3 प्लस मिल जाए और मुझे 6Cn माइनस मिल जाए तो ये पॉसिबल नहीं होगा। क्यों नहीं होगा? क्योंकि ये जो लिगेंड है वो मेटल को कोऑर्डिनेटेड है और ये जो लिगेंड मेटल को कोऑर्डिनेटेड है ये आपको क्या देगा? एक पूरा का पूरा कॉम्प्लेक्स आयन देगा। ओके, सो ये कॉम्प्लेक्स आयन के फॉर्म में ही डिसोसिएट होगा, ये आपको याद रखना है। नाउ नेक्स्ट, वर्नर थियरी ऑफ कोऑर्डिनेशन कॉम्प्लेक्स। अभी वर्नर थियरी ऑफ कोऑर्डिनेशन कॉम्प्लेक्स डिस्कस कर लेते हैं। वर्नर थियरी बेसिकली उन्होंने बोला क्या? ओके, सो वर्नर वाज अ साइंटिस्ट who first attempted to explain the nature of bonding in coordination compounds. So the postulates of Werner theory are as follows. So what are the postulates? Postulate number 1, unlike metal salts, the metal in a complex possess 2 types of valencies. Okay, Remember what is saying? Unlike metal salts, the metal in complexes possess two types of valencies. First is primary valency and second one is secondary valency. So what is primary valency? What is secondary valency? As you can see, the ligand is coordinated to metal. Okay, so these ligands are occupying secondary valency, and this Cl3 which is present outside this bracket is occupying primary valency. So remember students, if something is present outside the square bracket, then remember it is occupying primary valency always. Okay, if it is present outside of the bracket, square bracket, then it is occupying, that species is occupying what? Primary valency or primary sphere. Okay, and the ligands which are coordinated to metal which are present inside the square bracket are occupying secondary valency or are present in secondary sphere. Okay, now next, Werner theory of coordination complexes. Postulate number 2, the ionizable sphere consists of entities which satisfy the primary valency of the metal. Primary valency are generally satisfied by anions. Focus here, primary valency are generally satisfied by anions. Your chlorine is anion. How you know? Cl minus, right? If your chlorine is minus, means what? Your this complex will be positively charged. Okay, so remember, primary valency mostly occupied by anions, right? And they are present outside this square bracket. Next postulate, the secondary coordination sphere consists of entities which satisfy the secondary valencies and are non-ionizable. I am again repeating, the secondary coordination sphere consists of what? Entities which satisfy the secondary valencies. So who is occupying the secondary valency? So your ammonia, in this example, your ammonia, that is NH3, is occupying secondary valency or is present in secondary sphere. Okay, so remember this, the ligand which are coordinated to your metal ion, they are occupying secondary valency or secondary sphere. In the secondary sphere it is present. So the species which is present inside the square bracket are nothing but the entities which are occupying secondary valency or secondary sphere. Remember this. Okay, so as you can see, it's secondary sphere, it is written here. Next, postulate number 4. So in postulate number 4, the secondary valencies have a fixed spatial arrangement around the metal ion. Okay, so these ligands, they have fixed arrangement. Fixed arrangement means what? If you will add this species into water, and what you will expect that? You will expect that, yeah, I should get 6 NH3 or 6 NH4 plus ions. Is it possible? No, it's not possible, because they are fixed. They are attached with this metal ion. Okay, they are rigid, वो वहाँ से हिल नहीं सकते. ओके, सो एक्सपेक्ट करना कि मुझे 6 NH3 मिलेगा, वो वेस्ट होगा. नाउ नेक्स्ट, when a complex is brought into solution, it does not dissociate into simple metal ions. Okay, when a complex is brought into solution, it does not dissociate into simple metal ions. So don't think that if I am adding the CONH3 into water, then I will get CO. Okay, it's not possible. And this again, this Cl3 which is present outside the square bracket, it is occupying which valency? Secondary valency. Which valency? Secondary valency. Remember this, secondary valency. Okay, so secondary valency means what? Means suppose you have this species, you have this complex compound, that is CONH3 6 and then Cl3 outside the bracket. This Cl3 is present in primary valency or primary sphere. This NH3 is present in secondary sphere or secondary valency. Okay, secondary valency or secondary sphere. Now focus here, if I will add AgNO3, okay, if I will add AgNO3, what I will get? I will get AgCl. Why I will get this AgCl? Because this silver will react with this Cl3. This silver will react with this Cl, that is chlorine, and will form AgCl. So I will get white precipitate. What I will get? I will get white PPT here. Okay, so remember this, if your species is present in primary sphere, it is occupying primary valency, then it is what? Then it is counter ion, and counter ion you will get into water. What you will get if you will add this compound into water? You will get a positively charged complex ion plus 3Cl minus. Okay, what I am saying, let me write down here. if you will add this CONH36Cl3 in water, what you will get basically, you will get CONH36 3 plus as a one species, plus you will get 3Cl minus. This 3Cl minus will react with your AgNO3 and it will form white PPT of AgCl. Okay, so from this AgCl measurement, that how much AgCl you are getting, how much number of moles of AgCl you are getting, you can calculate, yeah, that how much Cl is present. And obviously if you are getting AgCl, silver chloride if you are getting, means what? Means this chlorine is present in primary sphere, or it is occupying primary valency, or it is a counter ion. Okay, like that we can solve some question. So as you can see, 1 mole of a purple colored complex, that is COCl3 and NH3, on treatment with excess of AgNO3 produces 2 moles of AgCl. Okay, focus on the question what they are saying. They are saying that COCl3 1 mole, okay, 1 mole, and NH3 on treatment with excess of AgNO3, it is giving you what? It is giving you 2 moles of AgCl. Now tell me, when you will get 2 moles of AgCl, what this indicates? This 2 moles of AgCl, what it is saying to you? This 2 moles of AgCl is indicating that outside the square bracket 2 chlorine is there, right? Outside the square bracket you have 2 chlorine, okay, but they have mentioned 3 chlorine here. If you will focus, COCl3 means 1 chlorine is inside the square bracket. Because we are getting only 2 moles of AgCl, now we are getting only 2 AgCl. So it means what? Only 2 chlorine is present in primary sphere, right? Like here. Next, so what has remained? So the coordination of your complex is 6, means what? Means it will be CONH3 5 times ClCl2. Okay, this is what you will get. This is your complex. I hope you understood. So based on the primary valency, based on the counter ion, you can determine the formula of your complex easily. Okay, let's proceed further. A complex with coordination number 6 has octahedral structure. Remember this. If your coordination number 6, if your complex has coordination number 6, means it will be octahedral. But if your complex is having coordination number 4, then chances are there that it may be tetrahedral, or it can be square planar. Okay, based on the hybridization we have to find out that whether it is tetrahedral or square planar. Now next, let's proceed further. Classification of complexes. The coordination complexes are classified according to 2 types of ligands and sign of charge on the complexes. So let's discuss the first one, classification on the basis of type of ligand. Okay, classification on the basis of type of ligand means what type of ligands are there, what type of ligands are present in your complex. So homoleptic complex. Now what is mean by homo? Homo means same. Okay, so as you can see in this example, you have CONH36, means only one type of ligand is there, which is nothing but NH3 ammonia. Okay, so this is homoleptic complex. Now again, as you can see here also, you have only one type of ligand, which is nothing but what? Carbonyl, that is CO. Means it is also example of what? It is also an example of homoleptic complex. So remember this. Next, let's talk about heteroleptic complexes. Now what is mean by heteroleptic complexes? Means the complex which contain different type of ligand. So as you can see here, you have NH3 and Cl2, 2 types of ligand, 2 different type of ligand you have. Here also you have SO4 and NH3, means 2 different type of ligand you have. So such kind of complexes are called as what? Heteroleptic complexes. Next, classification on the basis of charge on the complex, cationic complexes. Okay, so now we are discussing the classification of our complexes based on the charge. Okay, so cationic complexes. Now what is mean by this cationic complexes? The complexes which carries this positive charge. Okay, they are called as cationic complexes. So as you can see here, it is also positively charged, it is also positively charged, here it is also positively charged. Means what? This is your cationic complex. If you are getting positive charge on your complex, means it is cationic complex. Focus on this particular charges. A negatively charged coordination sphere or a coordination compound having negatively charged coordination sphere is called anionic sphere complex. Now what is anionic sphere complex? As you can see, it will carry, your complex ion will carry negative charge. As simple as that. Now here, what you can say for the second example. In the second example, if you will add this into water, what you will get? You will get FeCN6 3 minus plus 3 K plus. So you are getting 3 minus means what? Again, it is anionic sphere complex. Okay, listen very carefully what I am saying. Next, neutral complexes. Neutral complexes means the complexes which are having what? Charge on the complex 0. So as you can see, charge 0 is there. Yes, in this also the overall charge on the complex is 0. Such type of complexes are called as what? Neutral sphere complexes. So I hope you have understood this much. Remaining part we are going to discuss in the next lecture, that is IUPAC of this coordination complexes. Thank you so much.